Okay, I got this Thunderbolt 5 hub, OWC. Price was nice. And, okay, I needed 3 Thunderbolt 5. At least that's what I thought I was getting. This one, of course, you would plug into your host. In my case, would be the laptop or the MacBook Pro. And then I would then plug in the 2 cases enclosures. Now I wanted to plug in the third one. This is an uplink. So downlinks, uplink. So it's no good. I mean, it worked, but when I bought it, I had the wrong impression. I was thinking I had 3 downlink Thunderbolt 5. Disappointing. And another thing that disappointed me was the cable. Now, usually you're going to set this up remotely. You know, maybe 4 feet away, 5 feet away. So you would want a 2-meter Thunderbolt 5 cable. I happen to have a Thunderbolt 4, which I bought years ago. It came with a 2-meter cable. These only come with a 1-meter cable. The whole idea is to also remove clutter, I would think, from your desk. Very difficult to do with a 3-meter, excuse me, not a 3-meter, but a 3-foot cable. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for one. And I'll show you the one I picked up in replacement. More expensive, but then it had some features that allowed me to even clear up some more clutter. Okay, I decided to try this one, Ivanki. It has, looks like a headphone, not that I need it. It has an SD card, which is okay, not that I really need it. The USB 10 gig, yes, I can make use of it. The 2 Thunderbolts, this is the host, this is a Thunderbolt, okay. So you only have one here. And these are little lights, apparently, LEDs. Now, let me switch over to the other side. USB 5G, 10G, 10G. I could use these on some of the old stuff I have. And it has the Ethernet, which I could use. In fact, it does remove and free up a port for me. And these are 2 Thunderbolt 5. And then the power in. Interesting thing I found out. If I was to, let me find it. Okay, I plug in the host. However, I don't use this. And I just use those 2. It won't work. Or at least, he'll run at USB 2 speeds. It appears that I have to put the host in, use this Thunderbolt, which in my case, I used it on ACASIS enclosure. And then I could use either one of these for the other ACASIS. And then what other one I have. In fact, I plugged my Thunderbolt 4 in here because I have another older hub with stuff connected. So keep that in mind. There's a sequence here. If you get very low speeds or none, that's probably one possibility. And I notice it's feeling very warm. I know I was doing some testing, so maybe that's why, but we'll find out. Okay, I thought I'd let you know that and what to watch out for. So if you only see 3 units of Thunderbolt 5 ports, you only got 2. If you see 4, then it looks promising. then you have 3. And again, this came with a 1 meter cable. Isn't that crazy? 2 meters. Fortunately, I just use a Thunderbolt 4 2 meter cable for now, and I have Thunderbolt 5 2 meter cable coming in. So, but the speeds are pretty good with the 4. I'm pretty close to its max. And also keep in mind, hubs tend to share resources, so your speed may be, a few hundred megabits slower, which is usually not a big problem. Hopefully this helped. Thank you. Several external hard drives, especially high-speed ones like the ACASIS enclosure, using the Samsung 990 Pro or the Evo Pro, Plus. Temperature. Now, if you don't put the thermal strips on there, you're going to see very high temperatures. So I was curious just how accurate you have to be with applying those thermal strips. And what I needed was a program that would give me the temperature. There are a few. I think it's iStat. There's also TG Pro. I found I didn't really care for the iStat myself personally. It was no longer free, so I had to pay for it. So I said, okay, if I'm going to buy something, I might as well get something that will suit me a bit better. And this one seemed to work the best for me. I kind of use the menu bar. However, you may have to eliminate some of your icons there in the menu bar to make room on account of this little black strip. Okay, the TG Pro is the one I decided to use. It does have a pop-down list. You can configure it many different ways. Now, one thing you would definitely would have to do is check hard drive temperature using Smart. So by default, when you run this application, it's unchecked. So you have to check it, otherwise it will not appear. Your SSD drives enclosure will not appear. And then you have a choice of Celsius or Fahrenheit. If you don't want to use the menu bar, you can actually use the app. So you run it in normal mode. So you have a few options there. Now, I have right here, right now the 990 Pro is 57. The Evo Plus is 48 degrees Celsius. My understanding, according to Samsung, on the Pro is 80 degrees Celsius is common, and I think the average is around 48, just idling away. So I'm going to be experimenting with strips because there is a debate about how to put those thermal strips. Some only just put one on the card itself. Others would put one on the card and one on the cover. But there's a space. So they've actually ordered particular thickness so that it would touch not only the strip, but also the plate itself as a heatsink. Reading online, I really don't see an official explanation on it. Basically, it comes with 2 strips. One you put on the chip and the other one on the back of the cover, and it appears there's a bit of a air gap in between. So it'll be something I'll be experimenting to find out. Right now, I'm just going to leave it be the way I have it. I have the 2 strips. There's a little bit of a gap in between, and I'm going to watch. It appears the Evo Plus seems to hang around much cooler than the Pro. But then again, I'm using the Pro more often. So it's hard to determine if the Pro runs a little bit hotter or not. So thought I'd share that information. So far, this particular program is clean, it's working. The only thing I didn't care about is the purchase of it, which was $13 Canadian, not the price, but it appears they're collecting a lot of your personal information. So when you purchase it, use Apple Pay, provide an alias or just a temporary email if you need to put one in. And then I just basically use my little snitch and block whatever I want to block and maintain. And so any communication they sent, it will be going through Apple. So that's one way to cut down on unwanted emails when they get sold or whatever. Okay, take care. Again, I'd appreciate it if this was beneficial. Thumbs up. And please subscribe. Have a nice day. If you haven't done so, it would be appreciated. Please subscribe. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.